Hi, I'm Kettering Dimit, and I have a solo show at the LIC Arts Open Gallery at the FactoryLIC. I want to thank Richard Mazda, the curator and director of the gallery, for offering me this mid-career retrospective. A lot of the work here feeds into the next group, and so I'd like to do a little walk-through to show you some of the ideas behind my work. Travel has had a big influence on my artwork in many different ways. The piece behind me both helped me find a way to express how I felt about my travel, and it helped me marry my need for gestural with detail. I started getting into mosaics and incorporating that, but canvas, as this is not a good substrate for doing mosaics. The piece behind me is from my Italian clothesline series, and it was part of my exploration of finding harder substrates to do mosaics, but also to have mosaics as just part of the artwork. In August 2001, I had an encounter with stone that was quite unusual. I visited a friend who works at a sculpture supply place, and the basement is filled with stones. She hands me this water bottle, and I spray it down, and the colors come out. But then this voice hits me in the gut and says, "Karen, you've got to do something with me." I had a major show at a gallery in September, so I decided October I was going to learn how to sculpt. In between, 9/11 happened, bringing down of the World Trade Center. When I went to learn to sculpt, I thought that the tragic masks that I had been doing in mosaics was the perfect image for how I felt. The news was filled with Americans are like this and Muslims are like that. And it was so inflammatory, which reminded me of propaganda used throughout centuries that got people to think of others as types rather than individuals. The Observed series, I tried to do a simulation of 2D on one side and 3D on the other to try to give people the sense of the humanness behind that stereotype. I love alabaster. It's a sedimentary rock, which means that it is formed by all the different things that have gotten into a water system and laid down over time. So every cataclysmic event that happened is in that stone and is shown in the different layers. That reminds me of humans. And so what better material to use when you're talking about humanity? My Gods and Goddesses series was influenced by two events. One was the questioning of my male patriarchal upbringing, but the other was the decline and fall of my parents, and seeing the beauty of their spirit and their life force emanating from these broken bodies. The Subway Goddess Pageant series is recognizing the effects the patriarchal society had on my own sense of self-worth. Here, I juxtapose powerful female figurines from history carved in stone with larger mosaics of goddesses I see today on the subway. As the series goes on and the years go on, I start to see women with a lot more confidence. The world experiences life and death. The world needs summer and winter. Yin and Yang Dance of Death is using the yin-yang symbol as a way to express different stages I feel the world is going and my fear of destruction. Yang minus yin is dealing with the hierarchy of yang over yin and the global and personal loss that that is bringing. The figurines are based on ancient figures from what is now Romania, Moldavia area. The mourning man, although he is in a position of power, feels the loss of not recognizing and respecting his own yin as well as his partner's. Throughout human history, the ratio of boys being born to girls has been 7-5. In the last 30 years, that ratio has been skewed to the tune of there should be 100 million more girls in this world than there are. This is my reliquary to the 100 million canceled girls, honoring the precious individuals who are not allowed to live because they are girls. A relic is a bone or a memorial of a venerated saint. Here I use geodes that remind me of precious but empty eggs. Relics are kept in a reliquary. These are Indian barber boxes that I have made into memorials for individual girls. The most precious reliquary is kept in a reliquary case. Here it is a trash can with the lids saying "It's a girl" and a cancel symbol done in neon. Mao Zedong is quoted as saying, "Women hold up half the sky." I created 2 plaza models that would try to visualize what it means to have male and female energies supporting the ecosystem that we live in. On one side, we have a sunrise, and then on the other side, we have a sunset. And the people are underneath on the plaza. My mini regression series is dealing with systemic entitlement I found growing up, both in my social and in my religious upbringing. This is like an illuminated manuscript, a book, a holy book. But it's a pop-up book. We have the woman, we have the man, we have the son, but where's the daughter? There's just a hole. This is the holy book, H-O-L-E-Y, Where Am I? The social entitlements for the patriarchy are expressed in Head Start Arrested Development. Each figure tells a placement of theirs within the family structure. So you have the father, who's very much the patriarch. On the back of him is a judge's robe. The son is the golden boy. On the back of him, he's got charmed. He's literally charmed. The mother is cloaked in a Madonna outfit, and her hand is covering her mouth. The little girl doesn't even have a mouth, and her little tutu ribbon is holding her hands behind her back. I characterize my studio practice as serious play. Most of the time, I think of the concept and the structure and make sure that my love of the minerals are kept in check. I think of that structure as being Apollo and the hedonism of my love for the materials as being Dionysus. Most of the time, Apollo takes the lead, but sometimes I let Dionysus play. I call those pieces my mosaic sketchbook. These are my lilies. Some of the fun things I'm using in this are minerals and big chunks of solid colored glass. Dealing with the flowers is very feminine in my mind, which is the yin, but I've approached them very yang-like. The idea of a flower being ephemeral and very delicate is not present here.